here with you to share and to give you some information to our topic or to our lesson. And this week, all about the sources of light, electricity, heat, and sound. So let's start. So I will ask you, have you seen a sun? Okay, sun can be seen in day, no? And in the night we can see stars. Remember that sun is the only thing on earth that can be found outside in the earth that gives us light. Oh no? So in kagabi, light na pod ang moon, but only moon reflects by our sun. So kanang atong sun is the mother of all light na siya, no? So when you say mother of all the light come from him, or all the energy come from him. So when you say energy, it is ability to do work, no? Just like you, a human, if you don't have an energy, you cannot do your work well, diba? You have no energy, wala kay kusog. And just like the sun give us energy, which we can make things, which can help us to grow, which can help us to become healthy, no? So let's start with there are two types of light. There are two kinds of light in your book, right? It can be found there. So there are the sources of light, which is natural and artificial. Meaning two sources of light. So when you say natural, it tells about it just exists on the earth, or just exists or formed by nature, and it's not a man-made. So yung gani ka og natural, and the best example of that is the sun. And at night, day man to at night, is the stars. So by the way, sun is a star. Dili na siya kon ha. Sun is a star that can be found outside in the earth. So the sources of those natural light is the sun and those stars. Meaning, no man do that one. It just really exists. No, it was formed by nature. No, sun give us light. Sun give us energy. No. And also the second one is the artificial. When you say artificial, it is just made by humans. And the best example of that one is the batteries. Candle. No. It can be found in your book. The bulbs, bumbilya, and flashlight. And also in your book is gas lamp. In myself, when I was a kid, I used gas lamp because when I was a kid and we didn't have electricity, but now we have already. So those are the sources of light, no? So now let's tackle what are those another sources of, we have finished in light, no? So it can be already discussed, and now we have to move on sources of heat. So when we say heat, it comes from init ba? Ang kainit. So if it has something, it will be heat. So the best sources of the heat is the sun. Right? So, diba, if your mother, you have to wash the clothes or even clean your house, you put those things outside to become dry. So, the heat of the sun absorbs those wet clothes, with anything, no? So, sun is the major reason why life exists on earth. Because sun give us everything. Give us light, give us good health, because it gives vitamins. Sun gives vitamins, right? No, and also the sun helps the plants to grow, bear fruits, no, everything. And also, we human can give also a source of heat in our body, because our body is what? Diba init man ta, warm atong lawas mo na. If someone touches you, di ba moingon man na sila, uy, init lagi ka. Syempre, buhi pa man. Di ba? So those are the reason. Those are the sources of heat. So sun and the also our body. So it can be sources of heat, no? And another one is the sources of electricity. So what is electricity, teacher? So electricity is, in your book, the energy that can cause an object to move or to work. So, kinahanglan, example, if you have a refrigerator and you have to drink an ice, very cold or very ice cold water. So, ano sa man na pag pa-ice cold imong water if wala electricity, no? Another, um, a car. A car cannot start if there's no battery. So a battery contains electricity. Or your cell phones. You cannot take pictures, you cannot scroll to Facebook, you cannot scroll your images without those electricity na i-plug in sa yung charging port. No? So, what are the sources? First is in your book, it can be found page 307. They have their geothermal power plants. So, kanang geothermal power plant, those are plantations nga na maghukay na sila sa ilam sa yuta and they will magkubkub na sila, makakuha na sila mga oil, different types of kanang na ay mga pwede ilang mga kuan scent, depende sa makuha nila. So kung may kag geothermal, ilawom sa yuta, ha? It can be found under the land or soil. And also we have here solar panels. So muna si katron solar panels. It can be put in the roof or anything in the ground. So kanang solar panels mo, adapt na siya init and then iyan i-translate ngadto sa electricity. I know you know that one. And also is the hydroelectric power plants. So hydro, from the word hydro, water. So niuban katong just like Maria Cristina Falls. Maria Cristina Falls uses turbines. So naghagbong sa tubig gikan sa falls mo tuyok tong turbines, then mo transform na pud siya ngadto in electricity, diba? And also the wind turbines. So diba, it can be found at Ilocos, sikat kay na the wind turbines. So nagtuyok sa saba just like electric fan mo tuyok siya. So ma-form na pud siya og kuryente nga iya na pong i-translate ngadto sa usa ka machine. And also sources of light is kanang mga button cells, no? Because of electricity makahimutag battery, button cells, different types of battery, some motorcycle, cars, cell phones, radios, and everything, mobile gadgets, everything. So those are the sources of electricity. And last one is the sources of sound. So everywhere, every places you go, there are sounds. Do you know where those sounds came from? Asa mo, example, you're in school or in your house. Asa mo nagagi ka ng mga voice ng mga sounds? Huh? First is if you go to the roads. Unsa may ma-feel nimo if naka sa road, what can you hear? Yes, the sound of the cars. The beep beep. The engines of the cars, motorcycles, and everything. And also about animals. So roaring of animals, it can be found. They are the sources of sound. And also for music, guitar, drum, tambourine. So you can found there. Even your cell phone, diba? Karon makisipag kuan sa una, you have just call by messenger. Sa una, gipamangkag mga old phone. Karon bag-una. Also with the cars, no? And also in your book, in last page is in your house or surroundings. How about in the plants? Diba? The whisper of the leaves, no? The tittering sound or creaking sound of those different kinds of animals, no? And also just like people who are crying, talking, shouting, never, and even singing, no? So those sounds are produced by the molecules vibrate as a result of movement or event like when you clap your hands. So when you clap your hands inside a room, example, naamo sa ka room nga kanang na something close siya gamay. If you clap your hands, makasway mo ana. If you have to clap your hands or even not just in the room, outside. If you have to clap your hands, you can hear nga mag-bounce ang imuhang sounds nga gihimo because of those sound waves. Tungo sa vibration, mag-igo-igo siya sa sound wave, sa air, mo nang makamugna kag sounds nga moabot dadto, then mo back and forth. No? Those are what do we call vibrations. Moadto na sa pak, tug sounds, balik na pud nimo, kadungog ka. So, no? So, I think those are, it is just a small review, ha? Because you need to read your book. Dili kasi mama rin magbasa, pwede ka mo pod. So, you have to read your books well, and you need to answer your work. No? So, I mean your activities. I know that it can be found in your book, and I know that you will understand well with reading your books. No? So, I hope you read your books well na. So, this is Teacher Nelson, and God bless us all.
Mantap.
You yourself bilang